Okay, so we have an electric dulcimer here, and it needs an amplifier to be heard. The wood is solid, but if I play it, you can hear it, but this is as loud as it's going to get. It's not going to get any louder. That's why it needs an amplifier. Now, these are called contacts here, and they're like little microphones that pick up the vibrations for the amplifier. Then I have the on and off switch, and I have the plug it into an amp, and then all you're just going to hear is a loud dulcimer. It will just sound like a regular dulcimer. It won't have the cool effects until I see if I can get some equipment donated. But this is the electric dulcimer. Now, the opposite of the electric dulcimer is the dulcimer that you play, and it's an acoustic dulcimer. It does not need an electrical amp to make it sound. What makes the acoustic dulcimer sound is you have the sound holes. So when you strum against the strings are vibrating, the vibrations are being picked up by the wood, and the sounds are coming out through the sound holes. And plus, the instrument is hollow. There's nothing inside. Can you hear that it's hollow?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what makes the acoustic dulcimer different from the electric dulcimer, or any electric instrument. An electric instrument needs an amplifier in order for it to be heard. An acoustic instrument does not need an amplifier. So, I thought I'd show you the difference. What I would like you to focus on today is page 7. Since we've basically finished through several of the songs in the beginning packet, I want to go to page 7. I'm going to introduce another way of reading dulcimer music. We were talking about fret numbers before. Now the fret numbers have a totally different meaning because we're going to be reading tablature for Mary Had a Little Lamb. So you have two things. You have the music staff on top with the 5 lines and 4 spaces. Does everybody see that? Look at Mary Had a Little Lamb. You see the music staff on the top of the song, at the top of the song?
Yes.
The 5 lines and 4 spaces. And underneath, do you see where you only have 3 lines with numbers?
Yes.
Okay. Put your pointer finger on the part with the 3 lines. Okay, that's called your tablature. Those 3 lines stand for the 3 strings of the dulcimer. Now remember, if you have a 4-string dulcimer, your melody string is doubled. If you have a 3-string dulcimer, then you only have 1 melody string, all right? So those lines stand for the strings. The bottom line in the tablature stands for the melody string. The middle line of the tablature stands for the middle string, and the top line of the tablature stands for the bass string, the string that is farthest away from you. Now, I have an example of tablature on the board, okay? So, I have D-A-D at the beginning. You love your dad. D-A-D, those are the 3 notes that we tune the dulcimer to. So, our bottom line in our tab, and I'm going to scoot over on this side, the bottom line on our tab is for the melody string. The middle line is for the middle string. The top line is for the bass string. Does everybody see that? Everybody see that?
Yes.
Now, where are the numbers? Are the fret numbers on the melody string? Are they on the middle string or the bass string? The melody string. Right. Okay. Now, instead of just strumming across, we're actually going to play a tune. We're going to play Mary Had a Little Lamb using the fret numbers. Now, I have the tablature, or we call it tabs for short, because that's the dulcimer music. And then, right above that, I have the fretboard, so you can see the frets being numbered. Now, at the beginning of Mary Had a Little Lamb, I have 4 numbers. What's the first number you see on the tabs? 2. What's the next one?
1.
What's the next one?
0.
What's the next one? 4?
No.
1. Okay, so we have 2, 1, 0, 1, right? The first 4 numbers? Okay, Those stand for the fret numbers. If I start playing Mary Had a Little Lamb, I would fret the dulcimer this way. So what I'm going to do is take my magnet and I'm going to place it on the frets. So I'm going to sing the note. I'm going to sing 2, then I'm going to move 1, and I'm going to go over to this side. So I have 2, 1, and then 0. What am I going to do?
Just drum it with your...
Right, I'm going to lift it. So I'm going to 2, 1, lift for 0, then 1. Okay, so I showed you the first 4 notes of Mary Had a Little Lamb. 2, 1, 0, 1. But you have no numbers on the middle string and on the bass string. So that means you're going to keep those 2 strings open for now. The only strings that have fret numbers would be the melody string if you have a 3-string dulcimer, or if you have a 2-string dulcimer, your melody string is doubled. Okay? So what I'm going to do is show you what it looks like on the dulcimer. So if I take the dulcimer and I do this, 2, 1, 0, 1, then I do 2, 2, 2, then look at the tabs, 1, 1, 1, then 2, what do I go after 2?
4.
4, 4. So that's the first line of Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a pick, and I'm going to kind of position myself on the floor with you. And if you guys want to come up, and if you want to get closer, if you stand, you can see what I'm playing from above. Okay? So if you stand, you can see what I'm doing. So if you want to come closer, you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay? So I'm putting the dulcimer up high. So I'm going to press on fret 2. 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 2, 2, then 1, 1, 1, 2, 4, 4. See what I did? Everybody see that?
Yes.
But if I don't strum across all the strings, listen to what's happening. What does it sound like? Mary Had a Little Lamb. Now, what makes the dulcimer really different from the other instruments is that you slide from fret to fret. I didn't do the sliding, but listen to what it looks like. Listen to what it looks like. Listen to what it sounds like and looks like if you're watching my hands. Okay, the slides are really important. Watch and listen. Now you're going to notice it here. So when I play 2, 4, 4, once I play fret 2 and the strings are vibrating, as the strings vibrate, I'm going to slide over 3, and you're going to hear a little bit of the note on fret 3 until I get to fret 4. So 2, 4, 4. Okay, so let me play the whole song for you, and I want you to sit down. If you're standing up, I want you to sit down and point to your tabs. I'm going to call out the fret numbers, and I want you to point to every fret number that I call out, and I want to see if you end up in the same place, okay? 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, but I'm not calling out the fret numbers. Okay, I challenge you. Okay, so we're looking at page 7. Mary had a little lamb. And what I will do is I'll call out the first 4 fret numbers. Then I'm going to stop after that. And you have to, every time you hear a different note, then you move your finger. All right? 1, 2, ready, listen. 2, 1, 0, 1. Okay, did you end up with me?
Yes.
Okay, let's make it harder. I'm going to go faster. All right? And now I'm not even going to say the first 4 fret numbers. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you end with me?
Yes.
I'm going to make it harder.
1.
I'm going to go even faster.
Okay. And
Okay.
when you, the faster you go, the more it sounds like the song.
Right, right. When I go super duper slow, it's like, what song is this? So we're looking at page 7 at Mary Had a Little Lamb. The tablature means that the lines in the tab stand for the strings. So the bottom line is for the melody string, whether you have 2 strings or 1 string. The middle line is for the middle string, and the top line is for your bass string. Your fret numbers are on the line for the melody string. So we're starting out with fret 2. So the first 4 frets are 2, 1, 0, 1. Can you point to that in your tablature? Point to that on page 7. 2, 1, 0, 1. Point to those numbers on your page. 2, 1, 0, 1. That's what we're playing, okay? Now, I want you to put your left hand pointer finger on fret 2 and strum out with your right thumb. Okay, put your, good. All right, 2, and then strum out with your right thumb on, when you're pressing, okay, stop for a minute. When you're pressing on fret 2 with your pointer finger in the left hand, at the same time, strum out with your right thumb. Okay, press on fret 2 with the pointer finger in your left hand. Okay, strum out with your right thumb. Good. Now stop. Now move your pointer finger in the left hand to fret 1, and then strum out. Okay. Now, where it says 0, just lift that finger, then strum out. Okay, now put your pointer finger back down on fret 1, and then strum out. That's exactly right. Now, we played the first 4 notes of Mary Had a Little Lamb. Now, what I want you to do, remember that dulcimer means sweet song, or sweet melody. So when you strum across, when you strum out, you want to make sure that you're strumming as gently as you can. All right? You're going to fret those first 4 numbers. Look at your tabs on page 7. We're doing 2, 1, 0, 1. Every time we press on a fret number, you are going to strum out with your right thumb. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 1, 0, 1. That's not bad for your first time at reading the tabs. But what I want you to do is make sure that you strum together. 2, 1, 0,